When we look retrospectively at the events that have really caused us to learn important lessons, to move on with our lives, there are often situations that have caused us to be slightly off centre, to be placed outside of our comfort zone. On the other hand, we all know how difficult it is to learn anything, to take in any information when our fight or flight has kicked in, or when we're in an emotional state of panic or fear. The easiest way to picture it is to imagine that there are three circles around you. The first, the closest circle, is your comfort zone. This is the area in which we feel safe and secure, but when we're often operating on automatic pilot, following habitual patterns of behaviour with very little conscious thought. In fact, our brain cannot make new neural pathways in the comfort zone. This is not a space in which we can learn. The second circle, outside the comfort zone, is the zone of proximal development. It's sometimes called our stretch zone because we want to stretch it to be as big as possible. This is where new neural pathways are formed. It's the space in which we can learn and grow. The third circle, outside the zone of proximal development, is the panic zone. And again, we can't learn here. Our brain cannot establish new pathways, new patterns of thinking when we're scared or stressed. In fact, in this situation, our brain struggles to establish anything more than the most basic thinking. The objective then is to make sure that we move ourselves out of the comfort zone or back from the panic zone and into the stretch zone, the zone of proximal development. Have a moment to think about which zone you inhabit most often and perhaps why. If it's the comfort zone, try to become aware of when you're limiting the size and quality of your life by not allowing yourself to take a measured risk and walk into the unknown. If it's the panic zone, be aware of the moment that you cross into this space and use a mindfulness exercise to bring you back into the stretch zone in order to learn and to achieve your potential. You may be expert at setting great goals, but constantly find that you're underachieving or that life feels like an uphill struggle. We all self-sabotage, and one of the easiest ways we can stop getting in our own way is to make sure that we live as much of our life as possible in the stretch zone. You'll find that learning becomes enjoyable and invigorating, that change becomes an exciting rather than a terrifying prospect, and that the obstacles which have cluttered your path to personal development will simply melt away.